Hey y'all, today we are back again with another video. Today is going to be a little bit different in terms of, well, I'm always talking about something random, but we are going to be talking about pricing and basically extra length and density charges and stuff like that, because I want to hear y'all opinions here on YouTube. I had made a YouTube short about it and people have been commenting on that, but I wanted it to be an actual video just because people responses were like really hilarious, and a lot of people have different viewpoints on it. Y'all gonna hear mine. I'm pretty sure y'all want to hear mine. I'm going to be as non-biased as possible because really honestly I can see both sides. But it's just a real controversial topic, and I think it's so funny that it's controversial that we're talking about what other people charge, just because I mean it is what it is. Like, they charge what they charge, but I can see how it is being it's a very controversial matter. Now, background on this client real quick before we get into that. This client, this was her first appointment. She was getting a level 2 silk press. She had some breakage in the front, and then just some split ends and stuff like that. So I cleaned that up. I showed y'all part of the trim. I didn't show y'all the full thing, like me leveling out and evening out the back, but I did show y'all the whole detail trim when I went all the way around the circumference of her head or whatever. I showed y'all that. And yeah, her hair actually pressed out pretty nice. I gave her a steam treatment, of course, a custom conditioner treatment, and she had some beautiful shine. So there's that for them. And as y'all are going to see when at the end of this video, when I style her hair, like, you'll see like the really short pieces where she has a lot of breakage in the front. It ended up working out for her though, because the style that it did, like, it was cute. Like, it didn't give grandma stuff when she was looking at it in the mirror and stuff like that. You just had to finesse it a little bit. So that was good. But on to the real juicy stuff, y'all. Now, before, when I had made the shorts video and the real video, I did not charge for extra length and density. Now, though, it's a little different. As you learn more about business and time being money and product being money and things like that, I feel like your viewpoint on that changes. And here's why. So a normal silk press, when I do everything that I'm supposed to do or whatever, normally for most people it takes about 2 hours. Some people it takes a little bit less, maybe like an hour and a half, depending, which it really don't even be an hour and a half, maybe like an hour and 45. And then other people, on the other hand, it takes like 2.5, 3 hours, y'all. And as a hairstylist, you're appointment only most of the time because nobody really does walk-ins now. And with you being appointment only, that person takes up that 2-hour slot, and then normally, if you're booked, you have somebody else right after that 2-hour slot for their 2-hour slot, y'all. So if it takes me 2.5 hours to do your hair, I'm gonna have to wash my client's hair, put her under the steamer or whatever, or under the dryer, whatever she needs to do, and I'm still gonna have to finish your hair after that, and it's going to push me back. And it's going to push my other clients back, and maybe I might have to accommodate my client monetarily or whatever may have you, and things like that. So time wise and business wise, and then 9 times out of 10, if you have extra length and density to your hair, I'm gonna have to use extra product. Like, in some people's hair, I have to use double the amount of shampoo I would on a regular person's head, because you just have that much hair. I have to wash your hair in 2 sections now instead of washing your hair in 1, or things like that. Or maybe your hair is in such bad condition to where, like, it just constantly tangles, and then it's extra thick, and so I have to spend extra time detangling, extra time blow drying, extra time washing, extra time straightening, because your hair is that thick, that long. Those things cost time, those things cost money. And so I feel like if people look at it that way, then they might not be so alarmed, because yes, you may have been born with that, but just because somebody is born with that, and it's good to be born with a lot of hair, like, that's a blessing, that's amazing, but it's like a job asking you to work an extra hour and they're not gonna pay you. Would you work that extra hour for your job and they say, yeah, you need to work that extra hour, but we're not paying you for that extra hour. We just need you to be here. It's like, what? Like, I'm working harder in a sense. Like, I'm working longer. So why can I not be accommodated for working longer when I'm using up my time, maybe my materials, my product, and all this costs money to do that? If y'all get what I'm saying. Like, I don't think people really understand that all the way. They're just looking at it as, oh, well, I was born with this hair, so I shouldn't have to pay more. Like, and if that's the case, are y'all gonna, the people whose hair doesn't take that long, are you gonna take off money? Y'all know for a fact everything has a base price. So if I tell you my base price for a silk press is $110, that's the base price because that's what takes up the 2-hour slot. Then that is the base price, and anything extra added on to that will then raise the price, y'all. Like, I don't feel like that's unfair. Me personally, especially if you're running it as a business and not as just some freelance free for all thing, you're not doing it as a hobby, but that is actually how you feed your family and make your money. I feel like it's nothing wrong with adding that extra accommodation because you're working longer. It takes me 3 hours to do your hair. So if it takes me 3 hours to do your hair, and it usually takes me 2 hours, then me as a hairstylist, I don't see the issue with that. Because, like the analogy I gave y'all earlier, like, I just don't see the problem with that. Now, on the other hand, on the client side, like I told y'all, yeah, you were born with that. Sometimes as people's hair gets healthier, it may get longer and thicker. But that is a blessing, y'all. I just feel like it's 2023 and we have to pay to play. We have to pay to play, y'all. Stuff is not cheap. Products are not cheap. These things are not cheap. Time is money. You have to pay booth rent. Suite rent is expensive, y'all. And y'all could always be like, we're not paying for y'all lifestyle. But the thing is, don't y'all jobs pay for your lifestyle? Like, if you went to a job and they told you that they're going to pay you $30,000 a year, when you know you should at least be making 60, would you take that job knowing that you have a family to feed, knowing that you have bills to pay, knowing that you have rent? No, you get a job to accommodate a lifestyle because that's how you eat and that's how you feed yourself. Like, that's what you're doing. You're going from one job to the next. If this job told you that they're paying you $40,000, $50,000, and the other job told you that they're paying you $100,000, you're gonna go to the $100,000 job 9 times out of 10 because it helps you with your lifestyle, because you may not be able to survive on $40,000 anymore. And then as a hairstylist as well, y'all have to remember, we do not keep all of the money that we make. If you really think about it, for any hairstylist that runs their business like a business, that pays taxes and has a suite and gets the correct products and is able to make sure they have cleaning products and things to make y'all more comfortable, like snacks and things like that, and we pull longer hours than most people on top of that, y'all. Most of the time we pull 10, 12-hour days. If I charge $110 for a silk press, if I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to see that $110. What I'm going to see is that $55. Half of that, maybe half, if I'm a good business owner. Because I still have to pay for taxes, and business owners get taxed the extra 14+%. Because I still have to pay for the expenses, like where you're getting your hair done at, because so many people hate kitchen stylists now, apparently. I have to pay for the products that I'm using on your head, the tools that I'm using on your head. I'm paying for the snacks. Sometimes I accommodate y'all on y'all birthdays or whatever may have you. I'm paying I have to pay for the TV that y'all want to watch when y'all sit in there. I'm paying for the subscriptions so y'all can be able to watch HBO Max and Disney Plus and things like that. And it's like y'all want stylists to live in a shoebox, y'all. And that's not fair just because we're hairstylists, y'all. That is not fair. Like, why shouldn't we be able to accommodate our lifestyle without having to get a second job? Even though nowadays everybody needs a second job. Everybody needs a second stream of income. But like, y'all see what I'm saying? Like, y'all see what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't question jobs who be like, oh yeah, we're gonna pay you 150,000 a year because you're doing this, that, and the third, and you provide this much value. And it's the same with us, y'all. We provide a different type of value. How many of y'all have been to a hairstylist and afterwards y'all feel amazing and y'all feel good? That is our job, to make y'all feel good, to make sure your hair is healthy. If you're a good hairstylist, to make y'all hair healthy, to do what we were taught to do, y'all. So I feel like we need to be looking at it like that a little bit, like, because even with, like I just told y'all, if you're a good business owner, 9 times out of 10 you may be able to take 50% of the service that you provide. Just think of it like, would you work extra and not get paid? Like, I'm confused. If you had all that experience and you went to school to do this and you have a degree, wouldn't you want to be paid what you're worth and stuff like that? Like, I understand some people's prices be astronomical, y'all, but we have to get out of the habit of questioning what people charge. We have to get out of the habit to be like, oh, this is not fair, and this is not this, and this is not that. Because 9 times out of 10, it's a reason for it most of the time. Now, some people do be out here scamming, y'all. Don't get me wrong. Some people be out here scamming. Some people, they work don't be matching the prices and things like that. But that's a whole nother story for another day. I'm talking about the people who really put their heart and their soul into these services. They charge what they charge, and they may have an extra length and density charge or whatever because it takes extra time. But they give you a great service, and it's a great environment, and you get what you came there for. I don't see the problem. I do not see the problem, y'all. But that's my little rant for today. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you still think it's BS and y'all still think that stylists should not be charging that. Because me personally now, I do that. I have it as a $25 extra length and density charge. But what I'm going to do too, because I think it'll be a little bit more fair if I just, like, every minute or so just adds $1, because if you look at the service price, my Silkpress is about $1 per minute that I charge or whatever, $1 per minute. And yeah, so really like 50 cents per minute, because that's what I get, but really like $1 per minute or whatever. So I feel like that's extra, that's fair, because that's the going rate for my Silkpress basically. So that's what it's transitioning into, because I had to really just start thinking like a business, y'all. And for my stylists out there, think like a business. You may be a hairstylist, but you are a business first. And that's for people who do anything, lashes, nails. That's even for these jobs, y'all. Don't let these jobs shortchange y'all. It's always better out there. You can always find better for yourself. So don't shortchange yourself. Like, for real. Do not shortchange yourselves, y'all. But that's it on my little rant. As y'all can see, I'm finishing up her hair. I'm still using this stupid Babyliss iron. It's not a bad iron, y'all. I just don't like that it's hot all the way around. I promise it's not a bad iron. But I do want to try the T3 iron, and then y'all know the EAP heat is my golden baby, even though it died on me. But I'm just finishing up her hair. I sprayed some of that holding spray on it that y'all been seeing me spray as of recently. And I just went over it, and y'all going to see the end result. So I will see y'all in the next one. Don't forget to comment your opinions down below. Let me know what else y'all want to see, and I will see y'all next time.